People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in. Now, yesterday, or yesterday evening, better yet, that's poor English from me. Arsenal obviously played Southampton and won 2-0. Now, I've watched the game again, as I always do, and I've got some more thoughts. Now, obviously, first and foremost, it's nice to get 3 points. Third time of asking since restart away from home. 3 points away from home, a clean sheet, and just for fans to sleep easy. I can't complain, but we all know, not to sound sour, not to do this typical Arsenal thing, because I'm not angry about the result. I don't think anyone was appalling. I don't think we was amazing. It's neither here nor there. I just think that game also highlighted the job we have at hand. I think there was a couple of positives, but reality is, we kind of struggled to really create anything. I felt we held our shape defensively well. I felt we didn't really break down Southampton's really and truly. When it did, it came from the left-hand side. Literally within the first 10 minutes, you've seen Tierney obviously tee up Aubameyang for when he hit the crossbar. I think that was in the 9th minute. In the 7th minute, Saka was offside in the move, but you saw on the left-hand side, Tierney, Xhaka, Aubameyang was there, and obviously Saka laid it on a plate for Eddie Nketiah, but he was offside. And I think Xhaka did one lovely ball as well. But beyond that, there wasn't too many balls in behind, balls into spaces. We didn't create anything. We were quite wasteful, and we got away with it today. But we're not really putting teams under pressure. If we're honest with ourselves, Southampton gifted us them goals, people. We all saw the mistake. We pressed, and that's actually the benefit of when you press and you limit the passes. You get a couple of goals like what Eddie did with the keeper falling apart. In the second goal, watching the second goal we scored in the second half, from a Southampton point of view, honestly, if I was Hasenhüttl, I'd be very angry with them Southampton lads, to be fair with you, because it's coming from a throw-in. Højbjerg, who's experienced, played for Bayern Munich, former captain of Southampton, he's playing blind passes, and he put Stevens in trouble with obviously the counter-attack, and Steven brings down Aubameyang, gets a red card. Then obviously Lacazette has the free kick, it hits the wall, he has another effort, the keeper, poor from McCarthy, second error, spills it. Joe Willock scores his first goal, in the Premier League, which is a great moment for him. But similar to when we're on the losing end, like to a degree against Brighton and United, that they were conceding cheap goals, and excluding them cheap goals, there's only a handful of times I think I'd say we kind of put some attacking moves together, which I've spoken about, and had an effort. Clearly on the right hand side we're non-existent. Like, I don't think Pepe had the best of games. He was quite anonymous, and to be fair, you have to take responsibility in your own performance. It's not because of other things, but you've really got to be looking at Bellerin now. I'm prepared to give Bellerin another season. I still retain faith in Bellerin, but he passed the Pepe just twice statistically, and that's the man in front of you. Where's the relationship there? What's going on there? He went backwards 10 times to Mustafi, and in the first 33 minutes, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, he lost the ball a record number of 11 times. So Bellerin just had a poor game. His decision making wasn't quite there, but the problem is our right hand side don't look as good as the left, to be fair. We're very left hand centric, people. Like I said, what you saw in the game, obviously, this is a reason as to why we're going to turn to the left hand side. We was probably more positioned like that. Hopefully you can all see. But obviously, as the game's gone on, I would go to say Tierney was obviously out here, but he was almost playing as a narrow member of a back three. Then obviously you had Saka doing the left wing back, which allowed Aubameyang at times to stay up wide with Eddie. And obviously Pepe needs to get up there as well, and we need to all press as a team. So you did see that shape. You did see us sit into a 4-4-2. But typically, you saw Tierney come up here, Saka do up here, which allowed Aubameyang to kind of stay a bit narrow. And then Xhaka is obviously going to pull out and combine. And no, it's no coincidence. Like I said, when Eddie got the ball squared from Saka, there's no coincidence as to why, we're doing our thing down the left-hand side sort of thing. So that was one benefit, it shows Saka's maturity. 1 minute he's playing left centre mid, but it's almost a 10 the minute, and now he's playing as a winger. So I think from a tactical point of view, I think that was decent from Arteta to see that there was a sort of tactical thing going on, and we followed through with such. I also liked in the second half, obviously we became more of an exaggerated 5 at the back when Joe came on, and we went with 2 strikers. So it was a bit of in-game management. We knew we needed to get 3 points. We've been embarrassing since the restart has happened. But I think the next steps forward is Ceballos was quite wasteful today, and so was Bellerin, or in this game. But there's not too many. I was specifically watching this game for options in front, for options with the man in possession, and it's the same themes. There's not really options for the man in possession. There's not really consistent movement. We didn't really would you watching that game again? I could be wrong, but would you say we really put Southampton under real pressure, sustained pressure, or is it a thing where two cheap mistakes have cost them? Which, you know, Arsenal are normally the victims of that sort of thing. For Southampton, obviously they woke up in the second half as well. They had at a point they had 6 shots to our 1 in the second half, so it could have went either way. And for me, you know, that's where we need to go. Our game management comes into it, and where we need to improve, because someone should be saying we make sure we look convincing that we're going to walk away with a 1-goal lead, or what many fans expected is that we need to get a second, but we didn't really create much to get a second. Like I said, Southampton, in my opinion, engineered their own mistakes. Against Southampton, we knew what we was going to get. Obviously, for once, Ings doesn't score, but you know Ings is a bumblebee. He's going to drop deep, he's going to work the flanks, you know, he's going to chase lost causes. He was pulling out on Bellerin a lot early on, which was scaring us. In relation to Southampton, before I talk about their strengths, I mean their lineup, you saw early on, you saw Bertrand got up there, they were trying to hit balls into the channels, you saw a lot of early free kicks, you saw Ings work his socks off. They played a 4-4-2 of such people with Armstrong coming in, but I'd go as far as to say it was more like this. You had Armstrong tucking in and being sort of a wide 10 coming off the flanks. Redmond was quite narrow when he was on the field as well, and you had their 2 strikers. And more so, maybe not so much their right back, but more so Bertrand is going up there as well. So there's a lot to contest, and I think that's one positive I'd say. We held our shape well, we looked convincing, the centre-halves clearing it from the air. Obviously we've got a clean sheet and the obvious, but in terms of chance creation and doing stuff with possession and really putting a team under sustained pressure, I know there's no fans, so the nervousness can't transmit into the players, but I don't think we really did that. So that's why there's several improvements to make, and not to critique Arteta, because this is a problem with everyone, but we've dropped 10 points from winning positions. Obviously, I don't want to say we got away with it today, but on another day, a couple of them half chances Southampton had, like in the first minute where, I can't remember who it was, could have scored. Ings had a couple of half chances. It goes different ways. Now, ifs and buts don't win football games, so it's not a problem today of such, but it is what it is. I think, you know, our game management needs to improve. For me, we need to do more in terms of the right-hand side, because, you know, Bellerin was atrocious, to put it nicely. I don't think we're creating enough in the final third, and we're quite wasteful when we do that. But like I said, mainly from a tactical point of view, with the shape and how Saka and Tierney and Aubameyang and all of them worked in tandem together, I'm impressed by that. I'm impressed with how, you know, the 2 centre-halves defend. They looked convincing. But other than that, you know, there weren't really enough mounted. We didn't mount enough sustained attacks and put them under the cosh and under sustained pressure and really pen them from getting out of their own half. In fact, at times in the second half, that was us. We didn't really create chances, and there weren't really any, like, my man McCarthy have to make 2 significant saves, really and truly. He messed up to the twice he was required. I think he, you know, is at fault for 2 of the goals, but it is what it is in that regards, people. So I'm not going to waste your time. We move on to Sheffield United on Sunday in the FA Cup, but this is all I've been able to pull together, really and truly, from watching the game again. People, it's always a pleasure. Deluded, I'm out.